Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Y2. I'm your Smogon Gamer. In the last episode we kind of started on Route 2 after we, did whatever, and yeah, we're going to be finishing off Route 2 today, and yeah, hopefully getting our way to Accumula Town, which is the town immediately, after this one, or should I say before this one, because it's kind of how, the order actually went in the previous games, going from Accumula to Stratton, but yeah, and this area you kind of need cut to get to this one trainer, so yeah. By the way, if you're planning on leading a grass type throughout this entire portion of the game, and by that I mean Route 2, you might want to not. This trainer has literally all bug Pokemon, and then there is another trainer in this route who happens to have only flying Pokemon. So, I mean, if that's something you're interested in, I mean, by all means. Lilligant obviously isn't something that you want to use against something like this, but I don't know. I mean, whatever. So we do have something that we need to cover, something I guess that got revealed for the whole Japan thing. Details have been posted on the official site about a scheme called Pokemon Scrap in Japan. With this, from November 1st, you can start collecting clippings which can give you codes to redeem on the campaign site from December 1st to get serial codes for various items in Pokemon OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire. While most of these are simply items such as Nugget, Super Potion, Luxury Balls, Rare Candy, and finally a Master Ball, 3 mythical Pokemon are also obtained through this method. Shaman, Keldeo, and Victini are obtained this way. This campaign runs in Japan until April 30th, 2015. The clippings can be obtained in various merchandise, including booster packs from the upcoming TCG set, Gaia Volcano and Tidal Storm. In the Pokemon Sandwich Bags, OmegaRuby's Strawberry Jam, AlphaSapphire Tuna Bread flavors, and in Pokemon 3D pencil cases with more to be announced. There are 50 Pokemon Scrap cards to obtain. Shaman needs 1, Nugget needs 3, Super Potion needs 5, Keldeo needs 7, Luxury Ball needs 10, Rare Candy needs 13, Victini needs 16, and finally to get a Master Ball you need 20. So, yeah, if you want to get a Keldeo or a Shaman or, a Victini that is from Generation 5, or no 5, Generation 6, my bad, this is how you'll be doing that, assuming that you live in Japan and you feel like going out of your way to do that. I mean, the most you need for those Pokemon is 16, but I mean, hey, why not? Also, there were apparently, I guess, a whole bunch of new screenshots for the OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire thing put on the site. Serebii obviously has all of those up, so you're obviously welcome to go and check them out. It kind of features the three legendaries that I just mentioned, as well as Glalie and Steelix. I'd like to kind of mention that they showed Glalie against a Slacking, so just kind of want to put that out there. There's also the fact that Steelix was I guess against a Sableye. So remember how I keep telling you people about how Megas happen to be paired up against other Pokemon that are capable of Mega Evolution? I mean, seriously? Technically, your father is, Norman, who happens to be a gym leader, who also happens to use Slacking. So, it kind of makes sense that you might be able to get a Mega Stone from your own father. Just kind of putting it out there. And from what I've heard from a lot of the rumors, Tate and Liza have Mega Solrock and Mega Lunatone. So, my old theory that I had mentioned on my blog a long time ago that I just don't post on anymore, the theory of gym leaders potentially carrying Mega Pokemon after a certain time in the game is a thing. Maybe it could be rematch stuff. Maybe it could be, once you get to the 4th gym leader or something, where Megas start to become a prominent thing. I don't know. By the way, the whole missing Fly several times was kind of bullshit, but whatever. But as I was saying, it just kind of makes perfect sense. They've only ever put Mega Pokemon up against Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, except for the ones that obviously haven't been shown to be able to Mega Evolve yet. And thing is, it just kind of helps further prove that, or that they'll be megas. Like Beedrill was against Shiftry, who's got the rumored mega. Then there was Pidgeot, who was up against Gallade, who already has been confirmed to have a mega. So, and I believe Rayquaza was up against a Blaziken as well as a Swampert. I think it was seen against both. Going through the screenshots here on Serebii, it's also seen against Groudon, which is, I believe, the Primal Groudon. Yeah, because it was showing off the Delta Stream. And then there's one where it's up against a Garchomp, and then one up against a Flygon. Of course, Flygon was there to use, I think, a flying type move, so I mean, maybe that was a different circumstance, but usually they're up against Pokemon that are capable of Mega Evolution, which makes you believe that a lot of the Pokemon that you've seen Mega Pokemon up against, you know, are capable of Mega Evolving. Like, I mean, seriously? By the way, Magnezone can go fuck itself. And this was like utter bullshit as well, I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, you know, whatever, like, it's something I'm looking forward to. I mean, Slacking would be kind of cool. I wonder what kind of ability it might get as a Mega. Of course, we already know that, like, Altaria, Salamence, Lopunny, and a few other things are in here. I do find it kind of interesting, because you don't want to be spoiled about the, you know, demo. I guess you can kind of cover your ears or whatever. But I find it interesting that Steven in the demo uses the shiny Metagross, which is kind of hilarious, if you ask me. But I mean, at the same time, I'm assuming, well, from what I remember, because I mentioned it yesterday, I was watching E-Cast play the demo. From what I remember, he mentioned something about, oh, maybe someday I'll be able to entrust this Metagross to you or something. So I don't know. It's kind of cool, but at the same time, like, it feels like, you know, things are kind of here and there. I guess, I don't know. But yeah. Thank God that was a Slowbro, by the way. Just Lilligant doing work there. I mean, why not? I can't tell if my mom's home from the OR or not, because she left earlier and gave me the little home phone to, you know, if she needed to call me or whatever, because, you know, why not? Save time or whatever, I guess. Actually, this one would probably wake me up a lot easier than anything else, because it's really loud and obnoxious whenever it goes off. And kind of hoping that, you know, it still doesn't get called, because that would be annoying while in the middle of commentary. But, yeah. Anyways, now that we're done healing, we can continue through the route, and there's at least 2 more trainers. Well, this one being one of them. There's this one, then there's another, like, veteran, and there's, like, 2 more things here, and then we can get into Accumula Town and start checking things out there. So, I mean, and like I said, there's an all-flying type trainer here. And guess what we lead with? A grass type. Hooray! Right? But yeah. I mean, this area is just terrible when it comes to, you know, grass types. You really don't want to use them here. And luckily, I got away with it just throwing up a Tailwind. No damage for me, hooray. But I mean, at the same time, I get to just switch in my Samurai and Mace and everything for free. And, I mean, it's kind of free at that point. I mean, everything, like, literally, it's one of those trainers that says, here, let me use every, like, generic, like, flying type or, you know, rat looking thing or whatever from every game. Like, there was, I think we've already done this already, but I think there was a trainer that had like Rattata, Bidoof, and all those other, like, you know, rat looking things. And then you have this trainer who has Hoot Hoot, Starly, Unpheasant, which is coming up, Talo, Pidgey, like all that crap, just like all the generation, like, generic flying Pokemon that they had. She would actually be a little bit more of a pain in the ass if all of her Pokemon were fully evolved, but I guess that they decided against making her Pokemon fully evolved except for this one, which was stupid, but whatever. And with a nice game, it goes down. Hooray! No Air Slash flinch hacks for you. And God, I outspeed, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was going to do. Every time I look at Mega Glalie, by the way, I just really wish it didn't exist. I also missed that NPC over on the other side there, and you're gonna have to go back and get it, because, yeah. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I've been kind of preoccupied in a lot of the stuff that I needed to cover yesterday, as well as, you know, some of the things that I've covered already today. For anyone that cares about Elsword, I don't know if I mentioned this already, so if I have, then my bad. If not, then I guess this is something that anyone that plays Elsword might actually be curious about if they haven't gotten on in a while. There's currently a Halloween event going on for Elsword. There's a event dungeon that you can do. When you do the dungeon, there's a chance that you will receive in the mail a little Halloween soul type of thing, and there's an item that you can get from Ariel that allows you to kind of open it. It's like an ice burner type of deal, and you can get various items in there, including costume pieces. The ones you get from the dungeon can have costume pieces from any character, but there's also a like shiny version of the Halloween soul in the item mall. And it's 33 kaching, and if you get those and you happen to get a costume piece out of there, whatever character you're opening those on, you'll only get costume pieces for that character. So let's say I spend the kaching to get, you know, I don't know, maybe 10 or 20, and I end up getting a piece while opening them on my Eve. Then I will be guaranteed to get a costume piece for Eve rather than getting a costume piece that could be potentially for any other character. So if you're looking to get a costume, now would be the time to do that. 33 kaching really isn't very much. Hell, you could even do surveys over on, you know, the Elsword website to, you know, get more. I mean, I had to do that to get a seal because I accidentally sent over a hairpiece for Eve to the wrong account. I needed to send it to my LSS so I could seal it up because my friend let me use his inactive account to get stuff, and I ended up pulling a hairpiece out of the shiny ones, and he has an Eve, so I mean I had Eve hair for it, but I don't know if I want to keep that hair or not, so that's why I needed to reseal it, because whenever you send it to the mail or trade it to someone, it, you know, gets unsealed. So I needed to do that. But I mean, it is what it is. If you want to get costume pieces, there's several different kinds of costumes, so it's kind of ideal to do it if you really need the costume. Getting the set effects, getting the, you know, stat boost from it, which you know, kind of lack if you don't have a costume, of course. It's kind of nice. I mean, there's a lot of decent things. I want to get the I can't remember what it is. I think it's like the Snow Fairy, or not Snow Fairy, but like Snow Spirit Claymore for my Ellis, because that Lion Warrior one is just not cutting it for me anymore, and I don't know. It just doesn't fit her character. So, and I have like literally every other Gold Falcon piece except for the Claymore, the wings, and the turban. So, yeah. You guys can probably tell that I play a lot of Elsword because of the way I'm talking about it, but yeah. I mean, believe it or not, like if you have multiple accounts, you can do this Halloween thing a lot. You can get 3 per account per day, right? Last night I was using my level 23 Aisha to try and get 3, because I had gotten 3 on all my other accounts and didn't get any costume pieces. The first thing that I opened on my Aisha happened to be a hairpiece for ad, which is kind of broken. Hairpieces are usually worth a lot. Usually if you sell a hairpiece on the auction house, they usually go for anywhere between 500 million and 700 million ED, which is the in-game currency, rather than the kaching, which is, you know, you pay money to convert it into kaching that you can spend on the item mall. So I mean, there's that, but like you can get a lot of money for the hairpieces, so obviously, you know, pulling that out of one is kind of broken. Out of the remaining 2, I didn't get anything, of course, but it took me anywhere between like 10 o'clock last night and roughly 1:30 in the morning last night to get all 3 of them. It's a very lucky drop. It's not like it doesn't always take you like 3 or 4 hours to get them per account, but like it does require a bit of luck. And there's also the fact that you can die several times in the dungeon, and if you die in the dungeon, you still have to use up your redstone. So if you are running low on redstones, you can't let yourself die either. So it's kind of a huge pain in the ass. But yeah, I figured I'd let you guys know about the event because, I mean, you know, why not? It's almost the end of the episode. Just kind of get that last bit of information in before we call it a day. And considering we have about 30 seconds left until 15 minutes, we're going to call it a day here. So in the next episode, we're going to continue talking to all the people here in Accumula Town, and then heading our way out to, I guess, Route 1 or whatever, and making our way back to the first city in the last game. So, yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.